Good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm gonna make the pants to go with my top that I finished. The pants are 63.51. I had another one I was gonna do these, but I found these, and I think I'm gonna do those. I think I'll get more use out of them. This has elastic waist, has two back pockets, pockets on the side. You need 1 1/4 or 1 3/4 of wide elastic, thread, your material, and I think that's about it. Okay, so these are B. I'm making a 12 because last week I made a pair of 8s. They were kind of tight, and I took out some in the butt area, but they were still a little tight, which was, hopefully, I made them like a 10. But I'm going to make these as a 12 because that way I'll have material to take in if they're too big, instead of trying to play around with the seams to make it bigger because they were too small. Okay, so I got to cut out my material. As soon as I do that, we'll get sewing. I'm going to grab a fresh cup of coffee, and when I'm doing that, if you could subscribe, I would really be happy about that. The channel is growing, and I'm excited, and just subscribe, thumbs up, like, share, and I'll be back in a few. Okay, get your number 7. This is the back pocket, and there's 2 of them. And we're gonna go over and press a 1/4 inch down. Get this out of my way. And once you get that done, we're gonna fold this to the right side to the fold line. Ooh, that iron's hot tonight. Whew. So I usually just get a ruler. Okay, so that's about 1 1.5 inches or 1 1/4 inches. So about 1 inch down, you're gonna fold this to the right side. Measure 1 inch. Okay. And do this on both pockets. Okay, now on both pockets, you're gonna sew down 5/8 around, and that's just gonna give us our fold line when we get to it. Okay, to make the curve, we're gonna almost like E-stitch from here to here. and then here to here on both pockets. And then when we turn it, we can trim it a little and then pull up the ease and it will make it go round. So do that. Okay, once you have that done, we're just gonna cut a little off of here, right in here. And that way it'll help it turn. And do that with both. Okay. I'm looking for my little turner. There it is. I'm just gonna push those pocket corners just like that. Then we're gonna go and press this and press our seam. And when you come to this little gathering thing, you're just gonna kind of gather this and have it so it goes into a curve like this. Okay, let me get my other one done. And then what we'll do is sew the top piece right here. So just take off a little right here. So you kind of have an L look. And open these up. Or push them out, I mean. Okay, go to the iron and press these. And then go along that seam line and just get it the best you can. Okay, so you want to get it like this. I probably could round this up but just a little bit more. Right there. And it looks like that on the back. So you're just trying to make this as round as possible with following your 5/8 seam allowance. I'm just going to take a little pin where this is a little square. Just kind of round that out. Okay. Okay, and you have to do this to both pockets. Okay, when you get done with that, pin the top because we're going to sew across here. But also put them on top of each other. And be sure you have about the right roundness on your corners. That looks pretty good. I'm just gonna just turn that just a little bit. pretty good. Both the same size. Okay. Okay, so just sew across here as close as you can to close this up. Okay, now if it's too bulky for you, you can cut like a 1/4 inch away. I don't use my back pockets, so it doesn't really bother me. But that's just a personal preference. Okay, get your back, which is number 6. And we're gonna make some dots. And pin your pockets. Okay. So on the right side, line up your notches and all. And I'm just going to put a pin right there, just so I know I got everything. Okay, and find your numbers of what size you're making. So I'm right here. And make a dot. I probably didn't pick up the right pin. Nope. I gotta go through my pins tomorrow morning and refill them and all right, there they are. So right here and right here. And you're gonna do this on both back pieces. Get a pocket and pin them. Right there. And just pin them all the way down. I'll get rid of my other thread afterwards. Okay, once you got that done, do your other one. Another pin right there. And then you're gonna sew close to here, all around and back up. Now I usually go like 2 or 3 stitches on the top right here, and that way the pocket doesn't pull apart right here like they usually do. I'll put a few stitches right there on each side. Okay. Okay, I'll get those done in the morning. I gotta put my bird to bed and get myself to bed. I won't make this a part 2. I'll just keep it going. So, you all have a good night, and I will see you in the morning. Evening, everybody. I'm back. We're going to be doing the pants tonight. I did go to Hobby Lobby and get more patterns. I got shirts, dresses, suits, shirts, summer dress, shirt, a bunch of things. So, yep. So we got some more. So if anybody needs any patterns or missing some that they want, just text me. I might have them. So I'll show you what I have all down there. I think there's probably like 90 of them. But anyways, okay, we were doing the pants on the, or the pockets on the pants. That's where we left off. Okay, so I still have to pin my other one on and measure it. And then you want to measure each pocket from here all the way up. From the top of the pocket up. You want to be sure you have those even. You can measure from side to side. So let me get these pinned up and I'll be right back. Okay, so get a ruler and just check to see if you're about even. Yeah. Okay. We're good to go. Okay, so now you're gonna sew down here, come around all the way up. Like I mentioned, I do 2 stitches right here and right here, and that way it doesn't pull that little edge of the pocket out. So if you just do 1 or 2, okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we have to get our front piece. And we have to make some dots. Let me try to get this over here. Light a little bit. I think that'll go really well with. And even though there's back pockets, I'm still gonna put my safety pin in my front pieces. Okay, now we have to make some marks for our pockets. And you'll see them right here. So lay that down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pin mine. Okay, so that'll be a better angle. So right here, and right here, so whatever size you're doing, and you have to do this on both sides, or both pieces. I'll just leave that there. Then get your pocket. And this is your pocket. It's a different pocket. Okay, and mark each big dot on your pockets. And I'll keep that out for the next one. Okay, and match your pockets, right sides together. Or match your dots, I mean, sorry. I don't see my dot on that side. Okay. Right sides together. Okay, right here. I can pin. I'm going to put a pin through my dot here. Okay, so put a pin in. Right through. And then right through your other one. And there is a notch there. I'll do the same thing. Okay. And you're going to sew this 5/8 down. And then do the next one on your front, just like this. Okay, now you need your back piece. Right sides together. Well, they want us to understitch first, so I guess we can do that. Okay, so right along this seam, come in about 1/8 and sew down the pocket. And you have to have your seams towards your pocket. Okay, get your back piece. make your marks for the pocket. Right sides together. Then just find your dots. And there is a notch there. And you're going to sew this 5/8 and do that on both sides. Okay. So just get that pinned like that. Sew it down, come back and do your other side of your pocket. Okay, and if you don't have your dots, your big dots, put them back on. And then pin your pocket at the bottom. And you're going to do this for both of them. Okay, now you're going to sew from your big dot and reinforce it and come up or come down and reinforce it, whichever way you want to do it. And then at this dot, reinforce it and sew all the way down. And this is a 5/8 seam. So it should be pretty close to this. And do that for both pieces. So you'll have something like this. This is your back, and this is your front. This is your pocket. You want your pockets on the front piece. That's why I have my safety pin. So you want them facing this way. So when you go in front. So we need to baste along here, the pocket part. I still have to do my other one, but just baste along here. Okay, I'm gonna run and get a fresh cup of coffee. If you would please consider subscribing to the channel, it would really help us out. The channel is growing pretty fast, so please consider it, and I'll be right back. Okay, the next step is we're gonna sew the inseam. So match your notches. And we'll sew this up at 5/8. And do this to both sets. And then we'll be sewing up the U. Okay, so get this done. So you'll just have all of these. And 5/8. Okay, now you're gonna slip these into each other, right sides together. Be sure you have your front and back in the right spot. So this is my front because I got my safety pin in. So it's going to go in this way. So right sides together and pin up. Match your notches, open up your seams. And sew 5/8 and then about 6 inches long, go about 3/8. So get these all pinned up. Okay, this is what you should have so far. Here's your front. Here's your back. These are going to be a little long. I'm going to have to hem these, but I think it'll go really nice with this with this shirt. The same color, green. Okay, now get your number 9 and we have to mark some buttonholes. And that's going to be the front piece. Okay. And get some interfacing also. And I just get my little thing of interfacing. I have to mark those again because the heat's going to take it off, but that's okay. All right, so apply some interfacing. Leave my marks again. And you're going to make your buttonholes. And then we'll sew these 2 pieces together. All right, so let me get my buttonholes made. Okay, and I always take a piece of the scrap material and make a buttonhole just to see if my tension's right and if it's gonna look right. So just take a little piece of your scrap and make one. Okay, so when I'm making my buttonhole, I always put a pin in where I want to start, and I put my needle down, and then I just pull it out, and then I go. Okay, so there's my buttonholes, and I just take my seam ripper, and very easy I go through. I don't push hard, because I don't want to rip, but there you go. we go. And don't forget to go back to your normal stitch and put up your bar. Okay, get your other piece. And we're gonna have to leave a couple dots, an opening. So let me see. Leave that spot open. But we gotta sew them together, so that I'll probably have to mark it again. Yep. Okay, so sew these together. Let me see if I can find my dots again. And these are going to be left on the left side. Okay. So just sew up here a little. Right here, leave that opened. And then sew all the way down. And on this one, just sew all the way down. Be sure you enforce your dots. Back stitch over them. So we should have a little opening on this side, which I know I do. I just don't. Oh, it's right in there. Okay. It's right there. Okay, open up your seams. Let me get this cut so I... Okay. We have to turn under 5/8 on the unnotched side. Oh, I didn't shut up. No, I didn't. Okay, it's still on. And what you can do is you can take some of that webbing get mine right here. The little webbing. And you can put it on under the seam. So when you put your elastic through, it doesn't get caught under the seam. It just helps it a little. It just keeps that closed. I'll just get another piece. I think it's called Stitch Wickery. Okay. And I'm going to do that to my other one. You don't have to do it. It's just sometimes I don't like to fight with the safety pin trying to find that other part without going underneath here. Okay. Now we have to turn under 5/8 on the unnotched side. Let me get my little ruler and we'll do that. So it's going to be this side. Okay, let me get my ruler. Okay, with right sides together, you're going to pin your casing on, matching your notches and your seams, and be sure your seams are open. Be sure your pockets are going the right way. They should be basted. And you're going to sew this on, and then we're going to turn this over and pin on the outside and sew. But get this part done, because they also want us to layer, which is cutting off some of the material. Like I said, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It all depends on if my material's thick or... But just be sure you got those pockets even up here. Be sure you have your front and your buttonholes at the front. Okay, let me get this done. I'm pretty sure it's a 5/8. Yeah, 5/8. Okay, let me get this done and sewn up, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're just going to trim some of this inner seam. So be careful not to cut your outside material. And you also can take your basting out from your pockets, because they're all put in now. I think they sewed over one of mine, but that's okay. Okay, so just take off a little, not a lot, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you want your seam pressed up towards the casing. All right, now you're gonna fold this in half right below that stitch line. And press it and pin it on the outside. So I'll just come over here and find my little ditch. And I'm coming out here. So that's where I want to be. So I'll be stitching about right down in here. Just keep doing that, pressing and pinning. Kind of pin it in the ditch. on the outside and see if you're going to catch that. And we are. So then just pin it and keep doing that. And I can take off my safety pins as we know what the front is now. Okay, I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. If you would please subscribe while I'm doing that, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you have them pinned up, stitch in the ditch. Go very slow because it's really easy to get off of that ditch. So just take your time. And I usually start in the back. Okay, I only have 1.5. I'm gonna see where this comes to. I might have to make like a little stitch up top here. But we'll see where this goes. That should be all right. Yeah, that should be all right. So get this in your pants, then try your pants on to be sure where you need to tighten them. So just take a safety pin and bring it through in that little spot that we have on the left-hand side, and bring it all the way through. Try them on, and then I'll show you how to sew up the elastic. Okay, I'm gonna sew up just a little on my top so the elastic doesn't roll. Okay, so I just sewed up just like 1/8 right along that upper seam. Okay, so when you're gonna sew your elastic, you're gonna sew it down this way, and then get your ends, go this way. So I usually put my work in the back of me. And then that way I can get the 2 ends first. And then I can go straight down. And it just works a lot better. I can get my fingers to work tonight. Okay. And then just go straight down. Okay, then just move your elastic around. And we're just gonna whip stitch that little opening. right here. So let me get that done. Okay, so just whip stitch this closed. And then the next thing we need is our drawstring. And once we get that done, it's hemming. Just get that nice and tight. And I'll show you a way to do the drawstring, an easier way. If you watch my other videos, you know what I'm gonna do. Okay. All right, that's whipped. Okay. So get your drawstring. Here I have to take like 5 inches. Oh well, that's all right. See if I can find it. Okay. We're gonna sew one end together. Okay. Oops. Or right sides together. Match your notch. And go to your iron. And open up this seam. Okay, come back over and fold this edge. And fold your other edge. Okay, now you're gonna iron all of this in half. I need a little bit more water. Okay, so iron this all the way down. Okay, and when you get to this seam, right here, put a couple pins right before it, like 2 inches before it. That's where you're gonna turn it. Okay, keep going. Okay, iron this all right sides together. come back to the sewing machine. And you're going to sew across all the way down till you get to this pin. Skip this, don't sew this. Sew all the way down and then come to this and square it. Okay, once you get to your pin, back stitch and cut. Okay, then start again, back stitch, sew all the way down. And then when you get to the end, sew, right, turn and sew down. Okay, clip your corners. And get a chopstick. And then you're gonna turn it this way. And you're gonna go through, get to that hole, and then do your other side. So let me get this one going, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you have that, you're just gonna iron this. Get your seams together. So you might have to do the roll thing. I just gotta pull out my thing a little, my end. And just take a pin and you can just kind of lift it up. And you'll get your square. Okay. So iron this and get that seam either on the top or bottom, whichever way you're ironing. You might have to do the roll with your fingers a little, but get that so that seam is on the top. Then come back and we'll sew up this little hole and we'll put it through the pants. Okay, find your hole, have your edges meet, and just sew that up as close as you can. See, both ends are already closed. Okay, put this one through one buttonhole and one through another, or come out the other one. My husband's in the jelly beans, I can hear him. Okay, I will put these on. I still have to hem them. I'll hem them tomorrow, but just so I can get the video done tonight, they won't be hemmed. But at least you can see what they look like. Because it's almost time for the bird to go to bed. Okay, almost there. And you can knot the ends if you want. Okay, almost there. Coming out right now. There it is. Okay, just pull it through. Tie your ends, get them even. Okay, tie your ends in a little knot. Okay, and I'll go put these on, and I'll show you what they look like. Like I said, they aren't going to be hemmed tonight. But, okay, everybody, here they are. Let me get this up a little bit more. They fit perfect. Now, these are a size 12. They're pretty comfortable, too. Okay. So that was $63.51. New look, simplicity. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Okay, and this is the top that I made yesterday. And that'll go really good with these pants. Okay, tomorrow I won't be putting out a video. I have to do some yard work. We get ready for hurricane season, like in April, May. Just be sure everything's put away. Stuff that we don't use outside, we, get rid of. The less out there, the less it blows around. Last year we went through Ian, and that was the most scariest hurricane I've ever been through. We were in the eye wall for 9.5 hours with 155-mile-an-hour winds. So, yeah, that did me in for hurricanes. So, with my husband's condition, we have to just try to do little things, here and there so he doesn't get tired out. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. But I'll have one out Monday. And I did get some new material. So I got this one. And I think that would make a really pretty shirt with a pair of black slacks. And I also got this one, which would look great with black slacks. And then I got this one. And this is just roses. It's hard to see, but it's actually really pretty. So I'll figure out. Plus I got, all those new patterns. So, yeah, if anybody needs help on this pattern, please just text, leave a comment. You guys have a great rest of the weekend. And I will see you Monday. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up. The drawing's coming pretty soon for a free pattern. I also got a couple little things for a giveaway. So, I just need the thumbs up, comments. And as soon as May 1st comes, we'll do that. We'll have a little giveaway, and we'll have the pattern. Also, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I have a really good deal from the guy that fixes my sewing machine. And he has a serger. And I am going to give away a serger. He gave me a really good price on it. So, I guess I'm going to get that, and then I'll do a drawing for a free serger. It's just like the one I have up here. It's a Juki right there. So as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll put names in a basket and I'll let the bird pick out the name. So I have nothing to do with it. It'll be the bird picking out the name. So, but anyways, you all have a good night and I will see you Monday. Stay safe.